never fully introduced myself to this channel, and I realized that the other day. So today we're going to talk all about me and Mel's divination, coming up right after this. Hey and welcome. So today's going to be a little bit different than my usual videos. My notes did not print up, so I'm literally going to be looking up and down, and I do apologize, but I want to stay focused today. Welcome back for those of you who know me, old friends and new subscribers. I wanted to take some time and introduce myself to the channel and talk about the business of Mel's divination. I've never actually done this, and it is very overdue. I've done like a super brief, like my very first video, but it wasn't like a real video. So I figured it was time to check this off the to-do list. So now that this channel has started to pick up some steam, I wanted to stop, say hello, give everyone some insight into me, my services, and my business. For those who are my old followers, thank you so much. Thank you again for supporting me and watching me every week. I post every Wednesday, and I try to go live every other week. I'm getting better at that. So, those of you that are new, welcome, and I hope that you stick around. At this point of me filming, today, it is St. Patrick's Day, 3/17/21. I don't have any affiliates or sponsors. So everything that you see on my channel up to this point has been non-paid, promoted to review. Like, I haven't been paid for any of that. I will continue to inform and be transparent when sharing information. If I'm an affiliate, if I'm not an affiliate, but as of right now, I don't have anything lined up. It is just me and my reviews. So, I'm Mel, as I mentioned. And I created Mel's Divination. I'm the owner and the operator. I'm the whole show. I've been working as a spiritual intuitive for over 10 years professionally, but my journey started long before I started charging for clients. The creation of Mel's Divination happened quickly as I left my teaching job in a rush. That's another story for another time. I've talked about it before, and I will share that eventually. I decided I wanted to do something I could enjoy and ultimately control as the boss. I wanted to work for myself, and I was really exhausted from being this sensitive person, empath, dealing with bosses that didn't understand. I never had been happier and never have been happier with the choices that I've made that's brought me to where I am right now. I love filming for you guys. Not that I ever saw myself being on YouTube, because I'm not not a professional photographer, not a vlogger, not a YouTuber. I'm not. But it's a way to get my message out. Now, the name of my business and the branding, it might change over time and fluctuate as the business grows. But I started it as Mel's Divination Readings, because I wanted people to know that I offered readings. And I had never created a business for myself before. I wasn't really sure what to name it. And somebody that I knew was like, well, how do you know that people are going to know that it's a readings? And over time, I just really didn't resonate with the word readings, because it's not all I do. And it just felt so long. So I've dropped the word readings, and I still have Mel's Divination. The reason I chose the word divination is because I do so much more than just tarot or oracle. I use multiple modalities of divination, not every single thing, but a lot. And labeling myself just one thing was far too limiting. I don't fit into any kind of box in any area of my life, including my work. I wanted something that could cover the term of all kinds of spiritual work and things that I do. So that's how Divination came about. And I am Mel. So, I'm in the process of switching websites, just so everybody knows. Some of you have followed me on my website of melsdivinationreadings.com. And that will be changing very shortly, within the next 2 weeks. Right now it's tax time, so I'm occupied with that. But once I'm done with that, it's website time. So if in flux you want a reading or something and you're not sure what's going on with the website, feel free to email me at melsdivinationreadings@gmail.com. I'll link it below. So my new website's going to be just melsdivination.com, so that it's a lot easier to type in, it's a lot easier to say, it's a lot easier to remember. I will keep you posted when that changes for those people who have subscribed to the old website, because I know some of you have. So a little bit more about me and my background. I began reading professionally in the early 2010s, part-time for online websites, like Psychic Reading here, and friends also, locally. Just doing one deck of oracle cards, some automatic writing, runes, and it has grown leaps and bounds. My God, I never knew. And back then I made a joke, wouldn't it be nice if I could just do this for life? And I said it to a friend, my boyfriend at the time. And it's so funny because we're still friends, and he says to me now, you really did it. I thought you were kidding. And here I am. So, over the years, I've come out of the closet to family and friends as a full witch, and thankfully have been overly welcomed as that. I have, the questionable, that's what you're doing. There goes Mel again, doing something weird. I've always been the weird one, so people just are like, whatever. I went from just doing angel oracle cards and rune readings to tarot and full intuitive spreads. And I've expanded my business from just readings to coachings and mentoring as well. So it started like this, and it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It's still just me, though. So here we are today. So what does Mel's Divination stand for, and how can I help you? What is my philosophy? What is my mission? What is my goal? How can I help you guys? What can I offer you? I do videos about get to know Mel. I have a playlist in here. I'll link it. So when I do these things, it's a little bit more of how I think, what I feel, my philosophies. Just laying out a flat-out philosophy in a video for you guys is a little bit tedious, and it doesn't give you the full picture of how I operate. So that's why I'm doing little get-to-know-you videos over time, and I will continue to add to that, so I encourage you and invite you to watch some of those. There's so many topics in the spiritual community that bother me or are taboo, and I feel someone needs to address them. Someone needs to talk about it and shed some light. Now, my opinion isn't end-all be-all. I've always said that, and I want you to always look at other resources and talk to people and listen to your intuition. I'm not the only thing, but I do bring it to the forefront. How I feel, what I think, and this is where I'm coming from. You can agree. You can disagree. That's totally cool. I want you to be thinking for yourselves. As the teacher, I want you to think for yourself. You can learn about how I function through watching additional videos in the Get to Know Me playlist, and I will be continuing to add that to that as time passes, including how my gifts started and things of that nature. So I do have a bunch. I'm just reading from my notes because I want to make sure I'm staying on track, because this is kind of a long intro. So I do have a bunch lined up for that. One of how did I get started in this? Where did this come from? Where did my gifts get going? I'll be getting into that more in the future, so keep an eye out for that. My biggest philosophy with readings and coachings, if I had to boil it down to one thing, it's transparency and compassion. So when I'm reading for someone or coaching somebody, I apply similar methods. When I'm reading for someone or coaching someone and I see patterns that are happening that are blocking the person from moving forward, or there's difficult issues that are coming up, like a cheating spouse or whatever, and maybe they aren't seeing it, I'll gently point it out. Sometimes people are ready to hear it, sometimes they aren't, and that's everybody's own personal journey. But I'm not the reader or coach to hide information and pretend it's not there. a situation comes to mind where a man came to me that wanted to know when his next relationship was going to be. And I'm not going to get into all the details, but as soon as I pulled the cards basically called him out on it, that he was kind of not committing to anybody and he was fooling around on a lot of websites and he just was jumping from bed to bed. So I kind of called him out on it. And he seemed okay with it. He was kind of like, yeah. And universe does that. The cards do that. Spirit does that. So if you don't want a spotlight on your stuff, don't come to me. But if you want to get to the root of the issue, to the heart of issues, I will be like, this is what I'm seeing is getting in the way, and this is how we can move forward. But if you don't look at what's getting in the way first, we can't move forward. So some people would rather keep it quiet so that their clients continue to return. And don't get me wrong, I love returning clients and I want to have regulars all the time. But I'm okay with shedding uncomfortable light gently on things to help people get where they want to go. This is how we do shadow work. Remove blocks, avoid toxic behaviors, get out of bad relationships, etc. My skills from teaching and my natural Scorpio energy makes me pinpoint and not shy away from the hard parts. And that has a little bit to do with why I don't teach anymore. So by working with the harder parts of readings or coaching, it helps a client see things in a different point of view than maybe they've thought of when they're ready, because a lot of people aren't always ready, and start doing work to shift their energy. Sometimes it's all it takes to change your whole life. So I don't hide things or give all fluffy bunnies and rainbows and butterflies and, oh, everything's going to be wonderful. Just believe. You're not getting that from me. You're going to get some tough love. You're going to get some straight, blunt, to the point information. You're going to get honesty. And there'll be some gentle compassion in there as well. But the way that I talk to you guys here is the way that I talk to my clients. I'm here to help people, and there's no use helping if you can't clean up the distractions first. One of the biggest shifts that's happened in my business is the coaching part. Over time, I realized what a powerful manifestor I was. And it's let me create a great set of individualized coaching packages to help clients get where they want to go. This could be around money, business, homes, families, you name it, for the most part, within reason. It all depends on what the client wants. So I work with them at the beginning to see where they are at, what their goals are, and what they've already done. Because sitting down and being like, oh, this is how you're going to do it, and they've already done it, that's a waste of somebody's time, money, and energy. I kind of basically do like an intake form. And then I take it from there. I blend readings with coaching. So I use my intuitive abilities on top of the coaching piece, my coaching information that I have, to help remove blocks and pave ways to open doors that were closed before. As this is also individualized, it really depends on the client. So I can't look at one of you out here right now and say, this is what you need to do for healing. You would need to come and work with me. We would have to do readings. We would have to do sessions. I'd have to do a minimum. And I offer not just packages, but I offer one session for coaching. So there's all different kinds that are available. If you're like, okay, I think I want to work with you as a coach, but I want to see how you work first, we can do one session. It's totally fine without buying a big package. And then I have packages as well. Some people need to start with self-love. Some begin with gratitude. Some need to learn how to look just at their thought process, their mindset. They don't realize that they're saying things over and over, that they're attracting stuff to them. This works for money, as I said, careers, business, home, love, and more. I've manifested my own career and home just this way. Out of nothing. Out of dreams, out of magic, out of my mind. I created it. As far as readings, the sky is almost the limit here. There are a few things I won't read around, like legal. I don't want to read around court stuff because that could be a problem. Death. And I'm really hesitant to read medical as well because I am not a medical professional. I'm not a medium. Not a medium. So I can't connect with your past loved ones. I can't connect with your, I don't know, your grandmother that's passed away or whoever. However, once in a great while, they will accidentally slip through when I'm doing a reading, like a tarot reading. But I'm not a trained medium. I don't work as a medium. I don't have that natural gift. So I would never advertise myself as a medium, and I would never encourage people to come to me for anything that is mediumship related. I'm not that person. Not now, anyway. I don't know if down the road those gifts develop, but they're definitely not in existence at the time, right now. I've done past life readings, long-term future projections, life path purpose readings, business success, and even found a lost pet once. Plus much more. Relationships, work, moving, selling homes. Yeah, a lot. There's not much I can think of that I haven't done, but sometimes a request does still surprise me. Someone asked me to read their dog's mind the other day, and that one was a bit of a challenge. I'm not a mind reader. I am an intuitive empath who reads tarot. Sometimes stuff will come out of my mouth that is exactly like what somebody said to you, but I can't say, okay, let me tap into his or her brain and see exactly what they are thinking at this pinpoint of a moment. I don't work like that. And I've never really read around pets. The lost pet that I found was I did a reading to see an energy around where it was. I've never connected to the pet in the sense of, okay, talk to me. I'm not trained in that. I've never tried it. And I'm the kind of person that is very transparent. So if you're looking for a reading like that, I would be like, I don't know how to do that, but we can try it. That's where I'm at. So with me, you're always going to know what you're going to get. And if you want to try something I've never done, I will tell you, I'm not sure if I would be successful. Do you want to still try this? I will say that to you because I'm not that reader who just takes people's money just because you wanted me to do a reading. As of right now, I don't sell spell work or do spell work for anybody, but I've had requests for coaching lessons with beginner witches lately. So this is not something I had ever planned on doing, but I am putting together coaching for beginner witches, just beginner witches. Right now, for anybody that may be interested, feel free to email me. Again, I'll link my email down below. We would not start with spell work. That's like the last thing that we do because beginning witchcraft is not around spell work. So if you're interested in that, again, let me know. And I would again do an intake kind of setup to see what you know, don't know, and make sure that we're a good fit. It would be silly for me to do something basic with somebody who's more advanced, but they think that they're basic. So I would check that out. So that pretty much covers the whole business end of Mel's Divination. So this business has grown so I created it in 2019. January 2019 is when I began. I left teaching in November 2018. And from November 2018 to January 2019, February 2019, I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I created it. And now here we are 2 years later, February 2021, and it is thriving. I am thriving. And I just want everybody to know how grateful I am for the investments that you've put into me, the time, the comments, the kindness, the suggestions, the understanding, because I've never done this YouTube stuff before. I can't even believe how far it's come. I mean, 2 years ago, I don't even know 300 people in real life, and I have over 300 subscribers, almost 400 subscribers, I think, right now. So my goal here is not to be this big YouTuber. I don't ever want to be that. My goal here is to help people. My goal here is to guide people on their spiritual path. If that's tarot, if that's manifesting, if whatever that is. My mailman is walking by. I probably look crazy. So I really want everybody to thrive, and that's the teacher in me. And that teacher's never going to go away, which is why I started doing the coaching, because I still have so much to help people. And readings help, but when I can help guide more, it's amazing. So anyway, again, I'm Mel. Thank you for those of you that are still with me, because I know this is a long intro, but I wanted to do it justice. I wanted to really explain what this business is about and how far it's come. I don't have anybody else working for me. It's just me. So please be patient if you email me or message me or something, that I may take a day or two to come back. I don't work or do readings on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I take those days off to film, but to also just reset my energy. For people who are interested in trying out a reading and are a new client, I do have a 40% off coupon code because you're a new client, and I will put that on the screen here. So you can try that out for any session. And those of you that are old clients, old people who have, not old, you're old, but people that are returning clients, I do have a deal for a refer a friend plan. So if you have somebody that's asking for a reader and you say, oh, hey, if your friend Sue West, whatever, we'll say. So Sue West says to you, hey, Tommy, I really would like a reading. I'm really interested. I know you mentioned you've gotten one from somebody before. Who was it? And you say, oh, Mel from Mel's Divination. I'll give you her information. And Sue comes to me and says, this is my reading. We do her reading. She pays. And then she says, Tommy referred me. Tommy so-and-so referred me. Then Tommy would get 15 minutes free from me. A 15-minute reading. So it helps everybody. It gets me out there. It helps you get extra reading time. It's a good all around. So again, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this has been insightful for all of you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to ask down below within reason. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I'll link those. Those are always linked below in my description box. And please subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell for when I go live. Share this video and like it so that it keeps coming up in YouTube algorithms. Just a simple like is a huge help for me. So that's everything. That's Mel's Divination. And thank you all so much for joining me today. I will see you all in the next one. Bye.